Greetings. Well, if you saw the thumbnail, you know that I have taken myself off of Twitter. I didn't delete my account, but I haven't put anything new on there since, well, I guess I'll say Monday, when we heard the announcement that someone had bought Twitter. I'm not mentioning any names, but someone else may later on. And I decided, nah, that's it. I've had enough of that. The reason I left is a lot different than the reason a lot of other people have left, but still, I decided I've got to go. And I didn't shut my account down because I had already posted stuff to go out for pretty much the next week and a half, and I didn't want to have to go through all the time to have to be on that site and delete all that stuff. Frankly, I wasn't in the mood. So I decided, you know what, I'm not going to shut my account down. I'm going to let that stuff go ahead and put out there. But then after about a week and a half, and that should probably be by Wednesday, nothing. No one's going to see anything from me on Twitter anymore. And it's a shame because Twitter has always been my favorite social media platform. I mean, out of all of them, those that have come and gone, those that still stick around, Twitter was always the favorite. Twitter was pretty much the social media site that I looked at first thing every morning. And it was the site that I looked at the last thing before I went to bed. I love Twitter. I shared a lot of different things on Twitter. I talked to people all around the world because of Twitter. But you have to have a principle somewhere, and you can't say, well, you know, I'm going to forgive my principle because of this reason. No. So I'm not there any longer. What I did instead, because Twitter was a place where I got to promote a lot of my articles and my videos and podcasts and everything else, what I did was I created a group on Facebook, and I put out a notice saying that from now on I was going to be putting my videos, my blog posts, and other stuff in that group instead of going to Twitter. Actually, I didn't even mention Twitter when I said I was creating the group. So some of those folks may not know that I'm not on Twitter. Most of them aren't on Twitter, which is really an odd thing. Most of my Facebook people aren't on Twitter, and most of my Twitter people aren't on Facebook. That's interesting. I never really thought much about that, but there you go. Anyway, that's what I decided to do. After that, it's been a very interesting week because I got a lot of stuff done. I decided that I was going to put a lot of things on my list, decide, okay, what are all these things I really need to get done? And because I was not going to be spending almost any time anywhere else, I mean, I certainly wasn't going on Twitter. I spend almost no time on LinkedIn. I spend a little bit more time on Facebook, but not as much because I don't have Facebook on my phone. I don't have Facebook on my tablet. I don't want to be tracked by Facebook, so I don't use that. I only use it on the home computer. I got a bunch of stuff done. I've been doing testing on this membership site for healthcare that I basically started trying to do in December. And I've been doing a lot of testing, and I've even learned a few more things, which I'll be doing Sunday because Sunday is a work day for me. And it's just amazing how much I got done. I got a bunch of writing done, my testing. I basically did everything except a video for Thursday. I was doing so many other things. I did things around the house. I did some stuff in the garage. I pulled a lot of stuff together. I did some cleaning. Heck, I wiped down all of the wood surfaces in the living room, in my office. I wiped down everything in the kitchen. I got it all clean. I got a lot done. I even sewed a button on a pair of pants, which I've never done before. I used to sew my socks way back in the 90s when I didn't have any real money, but I had never put a button on a pair of pants. I used to just throw those away and go buy new ones, but I did that. I've done a lot of stuff. It was an amazing week. And it's one of those kind of things where I could ask myself, do I miss Twitter? I'll tell you the truth. I missed it Tuesday. But I only missed it for the first half of the day because, like I said, when I woke up in the morning, the first thing I did was pull up Twitter Didn't do that anymore. I removed the app from my smartphone. I removed it from the tablet. I can always load those things back later on if I want to. But I decided I didn't even want to be tempted by it. And I haven't missed it one bit. That's kind of a lie. I've missed it every once in a while. For instance, when I see a story that I say, geez, I know blankety blank so-and-so would love this, I can't share it with them anymore because I'm not sharing anything on Twitter. So that's probably the only thing that I've missed. I haven't missed the conversations. It's weird because there's, like I said, a lot of people on Twitter I'm not connected to on Facebook. And I liked a lot of those people. I still like a lot of those people. But it just can't be me. And what I found interesting later on Monday was that there were a couple of people who totally closed their accounts on Twitter for the same reason I did. Not the reason that everybody else thinks, but for the same reason I did. And I felt good about that because it shows that I have been connected to some people who have same kind of morality that I do on certain things. That's interesting to figure out. I enjoyed that. So anyway, I'm just putting that out there. I'm not saying that anyone who stays on Twitter is a bad person. I'd never say that. I'm not saying that anybody who thinks things are going to change because of what they want and they're all going to come back. I'm not going to say those folks deserve what they want to deserve. I'm just saying that for me, I think that there was something that just went way beyond what it should do, and it's a dangerous precedent to set in the country and in the world, and that's all it is. Don't ask, because I'm not saying. If you ask me a question down below about why I really left, I'm not saying. If you guessed it and you were correct, I'm not confirming it. I'm just saying that I'm done with it. And you know what? This is nothing new. There are people who have left YouTube, a bunch of people who've left YouTube for the exact same types of reasons. There are people who have left Facebook for the same types of reasons. So we all have our morality point that we decide we have to stick to because that's just how it is. Anyway, my name is Mitch Mitchell. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.